information is needed. There was a huge group that at the market she announced this back in January 1st. There won't be a local level. So that's going to be a new local license, which you guys obviously should be aware of in case you want to make any modifications. Yeah.
Okay, the next item
Doug,
is...
before we go on, I recognize the mayor of the village of Goshen, John Higgins, to see you. I'm sorry, John, I didn't introduce you before.
Hey, Joe. Thank you.
How you doing? Glad you came. And Rick, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, the next item is to set a public hearing for local law number 2, dog licensing law. We'd like to have the public hearing on November 22nd.
If I may, Doug, as I just mentioned to Rick, part of the Humane Society, as the board is probably aware, as of January 1st of this year...
I'm not aware.
Okay.
So if you and Priscilla can lead us through this.
Very briefly, the state of New York, in cutting back and making certain budgetary items, amended the Ag and Markets Law, whereby all licensing of dogs will now be at the local level. And in order, knowing that they're transferring that responsibility to the localities, they're also allowing the funding and licensing fees to stay at this level with certain exceptions, enumeration, etc. And this takes effect January 1st. So you're on a short time leash right now, no pun intended.
Oh, yeah?
You've got to move on it fairly quickly.
Yes.
You'll see in the public notice there, we set the public hearing for November 22, your next meeting. And what I did is I just gave Mr. Bosley a copy of the public hearing notice and the local law text, because they'll be integrally involved in some of the items as provided for in the law. They should be aware of them just in case there was any modification, additions, or subtractions they wish to see from the local law. The local law as text, which is in front of you now, is a compilation of various laws which exist throughout the county and or are being proposed throughout the county by other towns to meet the new mandate. And again, knowing we're setting it for the 22nd, it gives the board time to familiarize themselves with the text, which is in front of you, and also the public, and take any input and comments at your November 22 public hearing.
Okay. Priscilla, do you have any comments at all about it? You've been intimately involved with this since day one.
No, nothing really new to add. We've been very busy trying to catch up on putting the dog licenses that we currently have into the system so that we can be updated at January 1st level with our local system here that we have to use.
Do you know why this change came about? Why the state gave it up and turned it to the local municipalities?
I really don't know the exact reason.
It's procedure more than anything else. Ag and Markets apparently wants to spend more time on its core responsibilities, and this was taking an inordinate amount of time and expense to them. And if you think about it, if you're going to license dogs, what better place than at the local level as opposed to some state organization being involved?
Does that mean we keep all the money?
A good portion.
Yeah.
Substantial.
I think they're doing more money.
Yeah, in fact, that was part of the justification. The state is transferring to the towns or the municipalities the availability of retaining upwards of 90-some%. I think the only thing that goes back is on an enumeration, possibly, as maybe a surcharge. But other than that, it'll all stay local.
Would someone like to make a...
So is that going to be what we refer to as one
Yes.
No, we do it.
Or is there going to be enough money for it to cover the cost?
Yeah, by definition, there should be enough.
We do it today for the state. Now we're going to do it today, tomorrow
For yourself.
So the increase in the...
He's got one already.
Should be...
Joel, he has one. Okay. Was not working?
Yeah.
No.
Just with the increase in revenue, then it should be covering the cost.
It should be, yeah. So what do we charge now for a dog license?
For the space, we charge $5.50 now.
Okay, the law provides $15. So again, if you follow no pride of authorship, but all of the municipalities are increasing the licensing fees for the reasons you're alluding to, George.
Right.
So you're ceiling, again, in this instance, unspayed would be $15, which includes the $3 surcharge to the state. So it's effectively a doubling of the local proceeds from the $5.50 to about $11, $12. Unless there's some pushback and you want to change that to some other.
Well, one other thing, it's just an aside, but I didn't know there was such a thing, and now I do. I'd like to share with the public. Did you know there's such a thing as a geese dog? And that means any dog that is trained to aid the animal dog control officer in the control of geese. within the boundaries of the town. It seems like we need a couple of those.
We have a couple.
We got a lot of geese around.
Okay, would someone like to
I
make
can say something, George, I'll tell you in a minute.
would someone like to make a motion regarding this legal notice for us?
There should be attached a resolution. I don't think it's in your package. There is a resolution.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, it should be.
Okay.
Well,
Setting the public hearing.
exactly.
Right.
Well, there's a legal notice which sets a public hearing.
No, the legal notice, that's a public hearing.
Oh.
The local law is what we're going to vote on after the public hearing takes.
Right, but there's a resolution authorizing you to set the public hearing. I don't think.
All right.
That's all we have to do tonight, is set the public hearing, right?
Correct.
Yes. All right.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So the public hearing is going to be at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter, as the matter can be heard on the 22nd day of November 2010 at Town Hall, 41 Webster Avenue, Goshen, New York.
Just technically speaking, it's 7:35, and the minutes should reflect a roll call vote individually, all in the affirmative.
Okay.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call vote,
I
please?
think, I took it that what there was unanimous or unanimous.
Very good. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Motion carries. The next item is, just as a report on my part, Phil is also the Commissioner of Police, and again, he's on vacation. You know, Chief Marsh, once a month or so, will work one of the rotating shifts, either 412, graveyard, or whatever it might be, to see what's going on, to participate with his officers, and to keep contact with them. And one day, last week, I think it was Wednesday, but it could have been Thursday, he was in a car going up Arcadia Hills Road, and it was in the dark, in the evening, at 412 shift, and a lady coming in the other direction hit a deer. And let's say she was doing 35 miles an hour or whatever. When she hit that deer, the deer then went 35 miles an hour, went across the road and right into the front of the chief's car, and did significant damage to the car. He slammed on the brake, and in the process, he bumped his knee on the dash. So he is under the care of a physician. I mean, he's still at work, but trying to figure out, he's got some swelling there and whatnot. But and the auto accident, I've got copies of that in my office, and we're working with Workman's Comp and everyone else regarding this thing. But it was unavoidable based on this other lady's hitting this deer. But it just goes to show you, there are a lot of deer out there, a lot of accidents, and you can't be too careful. And in this case, it walked right out in front of her. Okay. All right, the next one, it was under finance. Would someone like to make a motion to authorize the supervisor to pay manual accounts payable runs of 9/28 and 11/01/2010, amounting to $111,505.78, and accounts payable check run for October 21st, 2010, amounting to $96,439.83.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We're now at the stage of the meeting where privilege of the floor, anybody can talk about anything they'd like to talk about.
Just so the board's aware, I can do this at the end. I have one further resolution which I'm going to need you to act on tonight, which I'll discuss with you.
Well, now's the time.
We'd rather go to public comment.
Well, we have.
We know.
Okay, I was wondering if you were recognizing it. There is no comment. All right.
Okay.
Not a problem. Two things. Priscilla, if you would you get a copy of that dog proposed local law to the dog control officer?
Yes.
Comments. All right. Yeah, I don't think this was in your package. Doug and I had a long conversation about fees and/or professional costs, if you will, on various applications. And I think the agenda item was removed tonight because we're pretty much covered under the code. But presently, as the board's probably aware, Chapter 85 of our code covers fees for building permits, things of that nature, which there is an authorizing resolution within the chapter allowing you by simple resolution to amend those fees periodically. And what I wanted to do now is to bring our code into compliance. I would like you to act on a resolution tonight to add a new section to the code which applies to special permit fees, which are engendered when individuals or applicants come to this board for such things as PAC applications, so that the fees can be passed along to them. So again, borne by